Good morning, friends. Today we will start with the new chapter, that is cement concrete blocks. Okay. So apart from the bricks, what is the major advantage of having this block? What is the major difference? Why we have shifted that bricks are replaced with this cement concrete blocks? The major thing is for the bricks for the bricks we are using soil to prepare, that is what clay soil we are using, and to prepare that one we are excavating some soil portion on the top of the earth and we are using it to make or manufacture the bricks. What is happening as we continuously using these bricks, the top surface layer of the earth is getting used away, so there is no soil or there is no land or shortage is happening now. For what reason? For agriculture purpose. So that is why alternate replacement for bricks or clay bricks is now we are using the cement concrete blocks. Now, for the purpose of preparing these cement concrete blocks, what are the raw materials? The materials required to produce these concrete blocks are aggregates. As usual, the first one, aggregates we are generally use. But what is that? There is a limit for size. There is a limit for size. Generally, less than 10 mm size is generally used. That is the preparation for the cement concrete blocks. We are using aggregates of nominal size less than 10 mm or preferably 6 mm. Okay. Cement and water. See here, in aggregates we have two cases. One is coarse aggregate, Ca, another is fine aggregate, we generally call it as Fa, or we call it as sand. Okay, so detailed studying of these two properties for these two, Ca and Fa, will be done in the next chapters. For the time being, you understand the raw materials are coarse aggregate, fine aggregate, cement plus water. These are the basic raw materials which are used in the preparation. Okay. Now, the aggregates used in this include what? Crushed stone we can use, gravel you can use, volcanic cinders, foamed slag, furnace clinkers. These are the byproduct. These furnace clinker and foamed slag, these two are the byproduct of some industry. Okay, some maybe iron industry or steel industry or any ore manufacturing. From that we are using the drawing the steel. No? So there we are getting these as a byproducts, or you can say waste product, slag and clinker. Okay, apart from that we can generally use naturally available. What are these? Crushed stones, gravel and volcanic cinders. These things can be used as coarse aggregate as well as fine aggregates. The aggregates are selected by considering the weight, texture, composition. Weight, texture and composition of the unit design. Okay, so what do you mean by this? How this selected? See, for making a strong cement concrete block, we have to have a more weight, or you can say more unit weight or more specific gravity. For good proper bonding, we have to have some rough textured aggregate. Rough textured aggregate will provide strong bonding like that. Okay, and composition of the unit design means what for what type of wall you are constructing. Okay, whether it is a soundproof or whether it is a heat insulating or whether it is a load carrying. So depending upon that we are selecting the aggregate. For see here, for insulation purpose, sound insulation as well as heat insulation, we need to provide what? Hollow type of aggregate, such that the sound passing ability is controlled there. Okay, the strength, the texture, the economy of the concrete block depend upon the careful grading of aggregate. So this grading of aggregate I will just simply explain. Detailed explanation will be done in aggregate chapter. Grading means selecting the aggregate sizes and their quantity. Suppose if you have one full bucket you have, you want to fill this completely with aggregate. Now, if you put same size of aggregate, same size, all are 20 mm, let us say all are 14 mm. So there will be voids formed. There will be voids formed. To fill these voids, we have to use lesser sized aggregate. Let us say 10 mm. Again, once you completely fill this with 14 mm aggregate, the voids which are produced by this 14 mm aggregate will be filled by lesser sized aggregate, that is 10 mm. So you need to select the composition such a way that there should be minimum voids. There should be minimum voids. So this process of selecting the aggregate sizes and their quantities, aggregate sizes and their quantities, we generally call them as grading. We call them as grading. Okay. So strength, texture, economy always depend upon grading. How? Proper grading means very less voids or completely filled by aggregate. That means it is very strong. If voids are more, then its strength is going to be reduced in that way. Okay. So this is for aggregate. This is for aggregate. Now cement we generally use OPC. See here why we have mentioned OPC means there are other types of cements are also available in the market. Maybe PPC, Portland, Pozzolana cement, okay, high sulfate resisting cement. So a lot of things are there, but they are used for special purpose of concreting works. Here we are using only OPC or ordinary Portland cement. And normal water is used. See here, normal potable water they have mentioned. Water used for preparing these concrete blocks should be normal potable water. Potable means what? Fit for drinking purpose. Fit for drinking purpose. So we have potable water quality, cement may be OPC type, aggregates are selected depending upon the, what is that? Strength required, texture required. Okay, so these are the raw materials used in the manufacturing of the cement concrete block. Okay, so now we will go with the manufacturing process. We can go by fully automated plants. How we have seen in the discussed in the brick manufacturing, no, there may be manual type, there may be automated fully machined, or what is that, computerized plants. So there are maybe so many cases depending upon the requirement at site. If it is a large site, continuous supply of blocks you want, so that time you can go for fully automated plant. Okay, so in the fully automated plant, these will produce high strength concrete block. These generally will produce high strength concrete block. There may be some cases where we can use manually operated machines also. There may be some cases there we have manually operated machines also. So they are project oriented. Means what? For a particular project, so maybe 1 lakh blocks are sufficient in the duration of 6 months. So that time fully automated is not necessary. So that time you can go for semi-operated or semi-manual operated type. So it will reduce what? Transportation cost. See here, fully automated plants are generally situated in factory type of a location. From there to site you require transportation cost. But here for a project, particular project, let us say it is a big city, so your project site is somewhere here. So going for a central or fully automated batching plant which will have transportation cost, we avoid that one, and we will fix or we will install one small machine or automated plant itself, which can be run by manually also, so this will reduce what? Transportation cost. Okay, this is the in the manufacturing type we can go for fully automated as well as semi automated or manually operated. Okay. Okay, so here in this first one is always selection and preparation of ingredients. We have seen, no, ingredients means we have aggregates, cement, water. We have three components, ingredients. So we need to select them, we need to prepare them. Prepare means what? Mixing or quantity selection or source of the aggregate selection, source of the water selection. So these are called as selection and preparation. Okay, first step. The selection of ingredient decides the desired strength of block. So final block, whatever you have manufacturing, no, its strength will depend upon its ingredients. If the cement is of good quality, block will be good. If the water is of poor quality, so the total block quality is going to reduce. In that way, the ingredient quality will decide the strength. Okay, so the greater proportion of coarse aggregate will be greater strength in the block. How you can say, see here what is happening. If it is constructing a block, so it will have aggregate, it will have sand, it will have cement, it will have water. So all the three things are there. So coarser size, if you are increasing, means in this mix, which is the strongest? Obviously not cement, it's not water, it's not a sand. So if you are increasing the coarse aggregate content, but up to certain limit, you cannot increase for the fullest extent. Okay, up to certain extent, if you are increasing the quantity of coarse aggregate, so the total strength is also going to increase, but up to certain limit, so in the design mix, when you are preparing a particular mix for this block manufacturing, so you do trial and error method, and you will arrive at a proper ingredient quantities. So that is why, so up to certain extent you can increase the coarse aggregate. Okay, now next step is mixing. What is happening here in the mixing of ingredients? The blending of aggregate, cement, water should be done very carefully. That means you need to mix them, blend them in a proper way. The mixing should be preferably takes place in mechanical mixer. So generally for a bigger plant, mechanical mixer is there, such that there is a stand. Okay, so there is a big rotating drum, so there is an opening, so you are pouring some ingredients and it will continuously rotate. After that you are going to take out. So this is called as mechanical mixer. Okay, so for hand mixing, extreme care should be taken. In general, you understand, you should use mechanical mixer for a proper mixing of the ingredients. Ingredients are nothing but raw materials. Okay, next is, after mixing, you need to place them. So how you have manufactured the brick? So on the ground or on the table, you are keeping the mold and you are filling that with the prepared clay and you are compacting and removing. No? In the same way, for preparation of the concrete block also, you need to have some raw, or what you can say, molds, for molds. Or you can say in the automated batching plant itself, you can have an assembly such that the concrete blocks are continuously coming. Whatever may be the case, so there will be molds. So in that you need to do placing, the placing of the concrete, the placing of the cement concretes. Okay, once you place that one, and you are going to do compaction, or you vibrate this mold such that the all whites are removed and its block is get compacted. So this step is the third step. So that is why we are calling it as placing and vibration. The mixed concrete material is fed into the mold. So that mixed concrete material, whatever you have prepared, is fed into the mold up to the top level. Yes, up to the top level, and it is ensured that box is evenly filled. Means what? So from here you are placing it in the correct manner, evenly filled. The vibration of the concrete is done till it has uniformly settled. Still it was uniformly settled. Means what? If it is a mold, so correct proper compaction has to be done. Okay. Curing. Why we require curing? So for cement concrete blocks, there will be continuous heat generated, or you can call it as heat of hydration. We will see later. So for all concrete structures, you need to provide some moisture for at least 7 days. At least or you can provide up to 28 days, no issues. Okay, so for 7 to 28 days there should be continuous supply of moisture such that cement concrete will get hard, sufficient strength, and it will get sufficient what is that, hardness. So the block whatever you have prepared is watered after about 1 day. Means when you are preparing, immediately after casting you should not put water. Okay, after casting you keep it as it is for 1 day or 24 hours. Okay, after the casting, and then after 1 day it is continued for a minimum of 7 days. So what I have said, 7 to 28 days, preferably 7 to 28 days. So the longer the curing period, the better will be the block. The better will be the block. Okay. In this one, you can see the manufacturing process is continuously happening. So the concrete blocks are prepared continuously. So typical completely manufacturing unit. Okay. So what we will see advantages one by one. See, it increases the carpet area. It increases the carpet area of the building because of small width of concrete block as compared to the brick wall. How? How? See, you can produce a cement concrete block of lesser size compared to the normal clay brick. Okay, normal clay brick. So in this one, if it is a concrete block and it is a normal brick, see here dimensions are a little bit larger, dimensions are a little bit lesser. So wall size is going to be lesser here, wall size is going to be larger here. So lesser wall area means what? Carpet area is becoming large. Okay, so if see, if it is a building or a room, wall thickness is lesser. What do you mean by that one? A room area is more. Okay, for a given dimensions, if wall thickness is reduced, so you are increasing what? Carpet area. Carpet area is nothing but wherever you can spread the carpet inside that house. Okay, so that is what increases the carpet area compared to the brick wall. Compared to the brick wall. Okay, so it is also providing better thermal insulation. Obviously, it is provide better thermalation. Okay, it will more stronger in fire resisting, sound absorption. Okay, thermal insulation, fire insulation, sound insulation. Okay, and what I have said now, it will protect the agricultural land. How? So you are avoiding bricks here, you are using concrete blocks here. So for bricks, soil is used, concrete blocks, cement aggregates are used. So that is why you are saving agricultural land. You are saving agricultural land. Okay. Okay. So here one more very important term, skilled supervision is reduced here. What do you mean by that one? For construction of brick, more skilled laborers are required generally. For construction of cement, concrete block, masonry, less skilled supervision is required. These are all properly edged. No? Cement concrete blocks are properly edged. So that is why vertical joints are less. Vertical joints are lessed so that they can be staggered automatically. Means what? We can use wherever we want in that in general sense. So apart from that, you can tell that skilled supervision or skilled laborers are less required here. Less required here. That is the main point. Okay. Here another point you can say, it is easier to construct. Okay, easier to construct, faster, stronger. Okay, like that you can say. The perfect shape and size of the concrete block makes work of a mason much simpler. Means what? Using these cement concrete blocks, easy constructions can be done. Means what? Less tedious works are there. Okay, and there will be saving in mortar. There will be saving in mortar. Why? Number of joints are reduced here compared to bricks. Joints are less, so that is why mortar consumption is also less. Okay, and also we can produce reinforced concrete block. Also we can produce a reinforced concrete block. Means what? So you are keeping the blocks no like this in the construction. So you can also insert a steel bar through them. You can produce in a such a way that there will be small holes inside the blocks. Through that you can put the reinforcement bar such that total construction will become more strong. So where it can use, where we are using them? Generally we use them in mass housing works. Cement concrete blocks are generally used in mass housing work and civil engineering works. So this is about, so